channel and welcome back to this live session. So I know it's Sunday, but our exam is around the corner, so we can't take a break. Yeah, I understand that you and I feel that it's Sunday and we don't have to study, but we have to. We don't have any option, and if I'm studying, you have to study. Okay, if I'm not studying, you can take a break. But I'm like, okay, it's Sunday and we can't take a break, so it's. Our exam is on 31st December, so it's like we have 15 to 20 days left, and it's boom, and it will go away, and we feel ki okay, we have to study more and more, and that's why I'm thinking to take this live session. So in this live session I will talk about NTA paper number 2 education. So we have finished four chapter, almost four chapter, educational studies, history and politics of economics of education, learner and learning process, teacher education, and today I will start chapter 5, curriculum study. So it is very easy, and it is we need to understand what is curriculum, and when I say easy, so it's not easy, but we have to take as a we have to remember each and everything, and we need to understand what is the concept, so it will give you some confidence, and you feel okay, I have studied this and I know about this. So it is this goes like this, and my purpose is to take a live session is this only, that I can take my session, and I also revise what I studied. So if I stay for 1 hour 2 hours, so I'm I feel very bored, but when I take this online session, so I'm okay, I have to finish, and after finish it, I'm okay, I'm done with this chapter. So it is helping me a lot. That's why I'm taking this lecture, and some people are this, you don't have to take this lecture, why you are taking this lecture? So it's not your choice, it's my choice, and this is my phone, my internet, and I'm using my energy. So what is your problem with me? So I don't understand why you all are commenting you have to speak in Hindi, Gujarati. No, this is the only way there I can improve my teaching skill, my English skills. So this that's why this is the reason, and you don't have to tell people that you are doing this, but if you are commenting like this, so I'm okay, chill Krishna, it is like this, and people do. So I'm hi, who are you? And you don't have that right to tell me what to do, because I'm grown up kid, so I know what to do with my life and what to do with my career. Don't tell me this stupid thing and stupid stuff. I feel very angry, and nowadays I feel angry so quickly. So I if you say anything, I'm hey, you will show this side of me, and you will get to know okay, Krishna, chill, you can't behave like this, but I can. So it is my choice to take this live session. So please don't advise me what to do with my career and what to do online, please. I don't like it, and I just take educational advices. And if you are commenting and you are asking me what to do with your NTA exam, and if you are asking me about educational studies and anything, so I am here for you. So you can ask me this type of question, but not this type of question you can't ask me. Okay, so in 5 chapter, it is about curriculum studies. So we need to understand what is curriculum. So curriculum is totally experience, that is child gain through the multifarious activity in school. तो जो curriculum है उसको in simple words I want to say, so it is it is thing that you get to know. For example, if you are in a school and their school gives you that okay, our goals and our aims are like this, and will if you are like take admission in our school, so your children will be like this, so you are giving them this thing. So it is like curriculum. And when I say syllabus, so syllabus is a nano part of curriculum. It is part of curriculum also, but syllabus is more more detailed. It is like when I say syllabus, so I just say UGC second papers syllabus, so there 10 chapters are there. And when I say NTA net, so I understand what is NTA and what are the goals of NTA UGC. So it is curriculum. I hope I made myself clear. And one more example I will give you. When I took admission in B.Ed college, so they give this goals. If you are taking admission here, so you will be become like this, and you will become a teacher, and you like gain this skills, knowledge and everything. So it is vast. And they also mention that it is a 2 years course. So it is curriculum. And when I say syllabus, so in syllabus there is a NTA second paper syllabus, and there are 10 chapters. So it is a syllabus, and this is where you get all the knowledge about what you going to study and what are the use of that course. So it is in curriculum. So curriculum also like modern concept, so it does not mean only the academic subject or traditionally taught in school, but it includes some total of experience that pupil receives through the manifold activity that goes on in school, and classroom, library, laboratory workshop and playground. So it is like when I say syllabus, so it is like there are 3 or more units. And when I say curriculum, so it is a whole part of your academic. So when I say curriculum, so you need to understand this. And I will give you one definition of course. Curriculum is some total of all activities, experience and learning opportunity for which an institution take responsibility either deliberately or by default. And what are the characteristic of curriculum? So it must be continuously evolving from one period to another, and it must have continuous monitoring and evaluation. Also it is based on needs of people. It should be in a proper sequence in order to meet the challenges of time and to make an education more responsive. Also it comprises of complex detail. It includes guidance and counseling, health services project, and also provides the proper instructions, equipments that are often most conductive in learning. It is durable, significant and transferable. And we need to understand what are the principles of curriculum. So principle of child centeredness, yani you need to understand what are your children's needs, and according to their needs you have to make curriculum like that. And principle of comprehensiveness, yani detail and list in your syllabus, in your curriculum that you have to teach your students. So you can create some situation, you can take your student to the playground, and you can do this work to make them feel and make them to think. So it is a comprehensiveness. And principle of correlation. When I say correlation, then it is about when I put this thing with other thing, and I give students example of that this thing. And literature is also related to society, economics, and it also affect society. And it is like a relationship between literature, society, psychology. So it is like this. So it is a correlation. And what is utility? When I say utility, so it is like how you can include curriculum in which found the possess any utility to their student, and how you can utilize your knowledge towards your students. So utilization means you have knowledge of any subject, your particular subject, particular topic, but how you can utilize to them with your student, and how you can teach, and how you can give them your knowledge. So it is a utilization. And also you can be like this okay, I just give you this situation, and you your children, your student will have to think on that topic. So it is utility and principle of forward looking, and principle of environmental centeredness and curriculum development. In this curriculum development, formation of objective. So you need to understand what are the objectives, aims, and goals of your curriculum. So you have to identify, and then selection of teaching learning experiences. Also you need to understand what are the experiences of your student, and what they feel about the curriculum, and what you need to change. So it is a selection of teaching learning experiences and implementation of teaching learning experiences. You have to implement how this will work, and on what point you can change your curriculum, and what are needs of your students. So you need to understand all of these things. And also evaluation of objectives. So you need to objectify, and you need to evaluate by means what I trying to say evaluate when I say. So when our teacher evaluate us, so they are trying to see us what they teach us, and what we learn about that particular topic. So by evaluation it is like this, and we can evaluate the objective. So it is like this. And strategies of curriculum development. So first you need to identify problem identification, needs assessment of learners. And you need to understand what are the goals and objective of curriculum, why you are making this curriculum, what is your intention, and what are your aims with this curriculum. So it is very important. And then educational strategies and implementation, feedback and evaluation, and stages of curriculum development, planning, curriculum designing, and also curriculum implementing and evaluation. So these are the stage of curriculum development. First you need to plan, and then you have to design and curriculum implemented, and evaluation. And foundation of curriculum. So there are foundation of curriculum, so philosophical, sociological, and psychological foundation. So what you understand by philosophical foundation of curriculum. It is like we use so many philosophies about curriculum, and we change our curriculum according to philosophers, their thinking, and their goals, and we use this philosophy in our curriculum. So idealism, realism, pragmatism, and existentialism. So these are the name of philosophy, and we use philosophy to make our curriculum more useful, and make more effective. And what do you understand by sociological foundation of curriculum? So where we understand what is the need of society, and we live with society. If you are telling me that I don't care about society, but you have to care about society's norms, and you have to include those things in your curriculum. So it is a sociological foundation of curriculum. And what do you understand by psychological foundation of curriculum? So in this you need to understand what is your students' behavior, and why they behave like this. So you need to identify their behavior. So it is more important. And you also you have to understand your students, their psyche, their mind, and their behavior. So it is very important. So here we use behavioristic theory, cognitive theories, and phenomenology theory. So these are part of psychological foundation of curriculum. So you need to understand, and this will give you some things that will help you to understand your student, and it will help you to make curriculum more effective. Let's move further. And benchmarking. So what is this benchmarking? So this is benchmarking, and I will give you this definition. According to Kempner, benchmarking is an ongoing systematic process for measuring and comparing the work process of an organization to those of another by bringing an external focus to internal activities, functions, and operation. And what do you understand? In simple words, I have to take. So it is like benchmarking. When I say benchmarking, so there are people, and there were people who made the history, and they talk about education. When we say education, so particularly we take this education, and in this field there are philosophers, psychologists, and educationists who talk about this education and how you can improve your teaching methods and teaching learning process. So there are things you need to understand, and what they give us. So there are things they give us, and we learn those things to improve our teaching. So it is like a benchmarking, and I walk towards those footsteps. So it is called benchmarking, and types of benchmarking. So it is a quantitative, qualitative, internal, competitive, and functional and generic. So benchmarking is a process the both complex and comprehensive in terms of what type and for what purpose it can be used. And when I say benchmarking, I will follow all the steps and rules to improve my teaching skills. So I will follow some educationists, and I just want to be like that person. So it is like benchmarking. Okay, so roles of a national level statutory body. So in this we include UGC. So we know UGC, University Grant Commission. In fourth chapter we talk about this, and it is in 1956 it was established, and in 1956 it is a autonomous body. So roles of UGC in curriculum development. So we need to understand what is the role of UGC in curriculum development. So it review and updates curriculum which is the essential ingredient of its academic system. It works in coordination with other related bodies and towards curriculum development like NCTE, and it also cooperate in curriculum creation program with international level organization. Also for the development of curriculum, the committee for each subject is constituted, and it upgrades and reframe the curricula in various subjects at UG and PG levels. So these are the role of UGC, and their aims, how you can change your syllabus, your curriculum, not syllabus. It allows to provide fellowship and scholarship to student. It monitors its 24 hours educational channel Vyas, through which it imparts education to students from various streams. So it is UGC's role to how you can change your curriculum. And what is the role of NCTE, National Council for Teacher Education? So we need to understand this also. So NT talk about curriculum has given a systematic and comprehending framework for teacher education, and also highlights the strategy to implement it. And in this curriculum framework, it almost every aspect the teacher education got preferences. And you need to understand in 2014 it revised, and that includes establishment of teacher education in composite institution that consist of multidisciplinary education programs, and also each program curriculum gives importance to yoga education, ICT, inclusive education, etc. And also open and distance learning has developed and improved the performance due to inbuilt quality assurance mechanism. And university in curriculum development, so it facilitates the collaboration with community colleges, and to ensure that the materials are suitable for college student and population and methods of instruction. It also ensures material can be accessed electronically by the student, allowing their student for distance learning. It also work with an industry and employee groups to ensure that the material will prepare the student to meet emerging workforce needs. So we need to understand this also, and let's move further. Models of curriculum design. So there are which we can use to design our curriculum. So we need to understand what are that, and we also need to remember these models, and I get very confused in this, so I will tell you this name, CIPP model. So in this I got confused, and I don't know, so you need to remember this name, and also you need to remember its full form also. And NTA is they are giving you this kind of question there you feel okay, this is the very close answer, and they will give you a very close answer. So you might feel this one is right, this one is also right, so you need to eliminate those MCQs answer, so it will help you in your exam. Okay, so let's move further. Curriculum design is a complex but a systematic process, and when I say curriculum design, it is conducted stage by stage, and generally all models stress the importance of considering a variety of factors that influence curriculum, and it involves issue based on three basic idea: theoretical, philosophical, and practical. When I say curriculum design, so you need to understand it is theoretical. They use theory, philosophical ideas, and it is also practical. So you can use this curriculum design to reschedule or make your curriculum more effective. Curriculum design is used to describe the purposeful, deliberate, and systematic organization of curriculum within a class or a course. So Xavier and Alexander, they give this definition: the pattern or a framework or structural organization used in selecting, planning, and carrying forward educational experiences in the school. And Johnson identified three notions of curriculum design. So an arrangement of selected and ordered learning outcomes instead to be achieved through the instruction, and an arrangement of selected and ordered learning experiences to be provided in instructional situation. A scheme for planning and providing learning experiences. So it will helpful to revise and reconduct your and you can rebuild your curriculum. So this will give you new things and new ideas to develop curriculum. And what is curriculum design tips? So identify the needs of stakeholder. When I say stakeholder, you have to take as a student and create a clear list of learning goals and outcomes, identify constraint and identify instructional method, also establish evaluation methods. And what are the types of curriculum design? So there are three types. First is subject center. When I say subject center, so when we say education, so in education we take as a behavioristic thing, and we take education as a field. So when I say I'm doing PhD in education, so they are like which education? So I have to explain them it is a field and it is a branch, it is a academic branch, and education is a part of humanity, and it is a part of humanity. So you can consider as a part of arts also, but in our modern time we take as a humanity. So when I say I am doing PhD in education, so they are like which education? So I have to tell them I did B.Ed, Bachelor of Education, then I did Master of Education, and then I am doing PhD. So I have to explain what is education. So you need to understand what is subject. So it is like a subject center and learner center. When I say learner center, so you need to understand what is your learners needs and what they want from you. So you need to identify their needs and their things they want to learn. So it is learner center. And what is problem center? So problem center is means it means like when I say I'm teaching in a school, and my student don't know how to use grammar in when we speak. So it is like I have to take things, and I have to take action, research, and to solve this problem. So it is like problem center. And let's move for the dimension of curriculum design. So what is the scope, integration, sequence, and continuity, and articulation and balance. So these are these things and curriculum design model. So we need to understand what are the models and what they say about their model, and you need to remember this traditional model. So it is about Ralph Tyler's model, and he gave this model in 1949. And what are main objective of this traditional models objective? So you need to also remember this. So traditional model, so Ralph Tyler was the first to lay out the traditional model in 1949, and in his influential book Basic Principle of Curriculum and Instruction, in general this method taught to be a principal way to form a concept of curriculum development. So how you can create curriculum? So it is like this, and this also it is a subject center, and this approach has a subject center orientation. So you need to remember also traditional model is subject oriented. And the curriculum is structured around contents, unit, and sequence of what is taught follow the logic matter. So why educational purpose should be school seeks to attain, and how can learning experience can be selected, and which are likely to be useful in attaining these objectives, and how can learning experiences be organized for effective instructions. So these are these things Tyler wants to say, and he raises question about this. So according to Tyler, curriculum is a growing process over the course of the schooling years, and educational experiences accumulate to expert profound changes in the learner in the way dripping upon the stone where it away. So it is like this. And what are the advantages of traditional model? So the main advantage of this model that a student easily adapt and various method of teaching. Also another advantage is that learning distinct skill in systematic fashion provides itself to traditional testing, and program administration can be used to result the traditional traditional test to defeat their problems and achievement. Student also student, tutor and teacher can direct to confirm progress, and that is undoubtedly motivating. And still we are using Tyler's traditional model in modern period. So it is like a very useful, and it is why we are using this model, because when we say we have to change curriculum, so it is like a very long process and you have to think. So it is like someone has given these things, and we don't have to think in new ideas. So it is that's why we are using this method. And what are the disadvantage of this model? So traditional approach to syllabus design lacks integration, and it focuses on particular subject without the student being able to understand how one subject implements other. And also it includes passive and authority. And let's move further. Contemporary model, so it is learner center, and it indicate a close relationship between curriculum planning, goals, learning objectives and implementation. It is based on learner center approach. It places the child at the center of education. So in this model, they only understand what are needs of their children, and how they can fulfill their needs, and they want to make a curriculum according to their students' needs. So it is a contemporary model. It is a learner center and contemporary model. So it is like curriculum is combined effort of teachers and learners, since learners are very much involved in the decision making regarding the content of curriculum and the manner it is delivered. And in traditional model, teacher has most and if not all authority when it comes to decision. So in traditional model, teachers and mentors are in the center. But when I say contemporary model, so their learner and student are center of the thing. So I hope you understand this. And what are the advantage of contemporary model? So learning comes to be seen as a process of gradually reaching achievable goals, and student develops a greater sensitivity to their role as a learner, and their vague notions of what is to be a learner can become sharper, and self-evaluation become more feasible. Classroom activity can be seen to relate to the learner's real life needs, and greater emphasis on students' needs. And what are the advantages of contemporary model? So most of the outcomes rely on teachers' ability to create material appropriate to learners' needs, and it requires a skilled teacher, time and resources. So it is like you have to take your time, energy, your money and everything. So it is draining your energy and time, everything. And let's move further. Competency based model. When I say competency, so it is like mastery on any subject, any particular topic. So it is about competency, and according to Ansari Anshari, competency is a statement which describes the appearance of a certain ability unanimously that blends the knowledge and skills that can be observed and measures. And these aspects are describe concepts of knowledge, understanding, skills, value, attitude and interest. So these are things you can evaluate your student by these things. And I don't want to explain more about this, because we talk about competency and how you can see your student, they are capable of this thing, and what are things you can use to improve your teaching. So it is like you have that mastery and competency on that particular topic. And what are the characteristic of this model? So learning is a measure according to how well the learner performance in relation to competencies. Also instructional system in which performance based learning process is used, focus on the outcome of learning and addresses what is the learners are expected to do rather than what they are expected to learn about. So it is this. And what are the advantages? So the learning centers on real world skills and competency development programs, and participants build confidence as they succeed in mastering specific competencies. Also the quality of assessment and teaching is improved. And what are the disadvantage of this model? So there are things, it works well with same learning environment and less with others. Also it focuses on immediate needs, and it is less focus on preparing learners with the flexibility needed for much uncertain future. Also it takes an objectivist approach to learning, and it does not suit all kind of learners. And let's move further. Academic and discipline based model. So it is a model of curriculum in which content is divided into separate and distinct subject or disciplines such as language, science, mathematics and social studies. The term discipline based or subject based covers the full range of distinct subject or field of study. We can use this example when I say arts faculty, science faculty and commerce faculty. So these faculties are different. And when I say arts, so in arts faculty also there is literature, Gujarati literature, English literature, Urdu, Hindi literature, and economics, social science, history. So these are things. So it is about discipline based model. So there are subject and discipline is different. And this model emphasis of it tend to be specific, current and factual information and skills, and as it emerges from the discipline expert, its approach characterize teaching practice within one subject and encourage teachers to specialization, depth of content knowledge and integrity to the conventions of their discipline. And let's move further. Activity model. So in this model you will give your students some activity, and they will do something with activity, and you will assign your student that you have to do this activity, and with your peer group you have to discuss this question answer, and you have to debate. So it is a activity model. So Tanner and Tanner give this definition. Activity model is an attempt to treat learning as an active process. So in activity model, so you try to teach your student something by performing an activity. So it will very helpful. And what are the advantages of this? So it makes teaching fun, and student will feel a sense of accomplishment, and when the task is completed, and student are able to transfer that experiences easier to other learning situation, and student who are involved in activities are empowered in their own learning experiences. And what are the disadvantages? So a radical departure from traditional way of learning and teaching. It has not assurance of learning cultural heritage, and teachers are not prepared to carry on an activity program, and schools are also not equipped completely, and there is no adequate provision for logical organization. Let's move further. So social reconstruction model. Okay, so what is the social reconstruction model? So in social reconstruction, Kanishth are interested in relationship between curriculum and the social, political and economic development of society. They are convinced that education can affect social change. Curriculum, for example, literacy campaign that have contributed to successful political revolution. So in when I say social, so it is political, economical, and you need to include all the things in your education. So this curriculum that emphasis on cultural pluralism, equality and futurism, and they critically examine the cultural heritage of society as well as entire civilization. So you need to remember this also. And social function model, so so it focuses heavily on society, social process, functions and problems become the center for design and the curriculum. So this curriculum structure around the various aspect of problems and processes of community life with the subject and areas subservient to the problem. So social function model. And let's move further, individual needs interest model. What is this? When I say individual needs, so I do have different needs than you. So my needs are different than you, so you need to identify your students needs and interests. So what your students needs and their interests, so according to their needs and interests, you have to make a curriculum like this. And outcome based integrated model, and it is very important, it given by Hilda Taba. So traditional model given by Ralph Tyler, and still we are using, and it is about subject center. This outcome based integrated creative model, so it is given by Hilda Taba in 1965 to 97, and it uses organized bodies of knowledge that combine facts, concepts, generalization and the relationship among them, and two learning objectives, and it is also called objective model. So two learning objective deep and through understanding of organizing body of knowledge and use of critical thinking skill, and implementation lessons with outcome based integrated model. So first phase is the open ended phase, and second phase is the casual phase, and third is hypothetical phase, and fourth one is closure and application phase. And when I say intervention model, what do you understand by intervention? So it is like Hastakshep, and it is designed to meet the complex needs of children with mild disability, and the intervention developed through this and are called strategies intervention model. And critical features of successful strategy infrastructure includes daily and sustained instructional and multiple opportunity to practice the strategy of variety of situation, and individualize feedback and require mastery of strategy. So you need to remember this also. And intervention called empower intervention, which are geared towards empowering students to perform their best and create positive relationship with others in school setting. So you need to remember this also. So it is Hilda Taba's outcome based integrative model. And let's move further. Staffelbaum's context and input process product model, with CIPP model. So C for context, I for input, P for process, and second P for stand for product. So it is like The weakness in Taylor's model led several evolution experts in late 1960s and early 1970 attack to the Taylor's model and offer their own alternative. So, his greatest impact was that developed by Phi Delta Kappa Committee and chaired by Daniel Stufflebeam. So you need to remember this also, Phi Delta Kappa Committee, and their chairperson was Daniel Stufflebeam, and who gave this CIPP model. So you also remember this Phi Delta Committee's name. What do you understand by this? So you need to understand what is the context, and what input you are going to put, and what are the processes you will use, and what is your intention and product. When I say product, so you need to understand what are teaching materials, TLM. For example, I am giving you this example, you can use TLM, and also you can use ICT based things, computer, laptop, YouTube videos, and PPTs, Word file, you can use it. So it is like a product. In this kind of decisions are identify, kinds of data needed to make those decisions are identified, and that data was collected, and criteria for determining quality were established, and data was analyzed on the basis of those criteria. Context. So environment and transacted, it provides the rationale for selection of objective, and what is the input. Though the purpose of input evaluation is to get information for how to utilize resources optimally to meet the objective of the curriculum. And what is the process? So it is the most critical component of the overall model, and quality of the product largely depends on it. And what do you understand by product? So it helped to determine whatever the curriculum objective have been achieved or not, and on the basis of collected data we can decide whatever to continue, modify, change, and terminate our curriculum. So this is like this, and CIPP. So you need to remember this full form, Phi Delta Kappa Committee, and chairperson was Daniel Stufflebeam. Okay, so let's move further. Curriculum and instruction. So curriculum and instruction is a field within education which seeks to develop implement curriculum changes that increasing students achievement within the outside the school. So what is a curriculum transaction? When I say transaction, so transaction is lengthen. When I say transaction, so in your phone you get this message, your transaction is like this, and when you go to ATM machine, so there you find this message, your transaction is like this and this. So what is curriculum transaction? So it is an effective and desired implementation of the curriculum content on the basis of aims and objective listed in the curriculum. It also cooperates effective planning for providing learning experiences for its learner, organizing of planning, administration of the organizing, planning and evaluation of the implementation by implementer and expert in the relevant field. And also curriculum should also change reflective and the needs of aspiration of people, and needs and importance of curriculum transaction. So what are the needs? So curriculum is a systematic and intended packaging of competencies, for example knowledge, skills, attitude that are underpinned by values that learners should acquire through the organized learning experience, so both in formal and in non-formal settings. So the main responsibility of curriculum transition lies on the teachers and trainers who may use different types of pedagogies so that student can be benefited in gaining knowledge and developing skills. So curriculum, instructional system. So when I say instructional system, so when you teach teach your students, so you need to understand what are the instructional things you use to improve and make your teaching effectively. So there you use TLM textbook, you use communication methods. So these are the instructional system. And what are the techniques to enhance curriculum transaction? So instructional media was there, and what are the advantages of instructional media? So the delivery of learning materials can be standardized with the help of instructional media. Different interpretation among teachers can be avoided and can reduces the information gap between student and whatever located, and it can foster positive attitude towards student and learning material. Also, it helps the teacher to teach more effectively and enable the student to learn more readily. And instructional techniques, so their learner center techniques, a personalized system of instructional flexible study, distance education program, learning, computer assisted learning, and group learning techniques. Though there we use tutorial, seminar, group discussion, group project, and experiential learning. So where I say experiential learning, so you will give that chance to student, and they will understand what is this about, and they experience those things by themselves. So it is called experiential learning. Also, it is various techniques, discovery learning, stimulation technique, case study technique, and teacher centered techniques. So there you can use a lecture method and demonstration method. And what are the instructional materials? So there you can use wall charts, models, textual material, audio visual self instructional material, computer based self instructional material. So these are the instructional material. And approaches to curriculum and instruction. So there is academic approaches, academic approach. So it tries to analyze and synthesize, measure, position, trends and concept of the curriculum. Also, it tend to be historical and philosophical, or to be lesser extent social in nature. So what are the advantages of academic approach? So logical arrangement of educational content in this approach, and it mainly focus on academic subject and use of qualitative method, not quantitative. And what are the disadvantages? So it lacks tools of teaching, and curriculum is not a practical in nature. And how you can evaluate curriculum? So it is like curriculum evaluation. So what are the things you can use to evaluate curriculum? So approaches to curriculum development. There are scientific and humanistic approach, and there is intrinsic and payoff evaluation. So what do you understand by scientific approach? So scientific advocates experimentation, and when I say humanistic approach, so it ends does not have faith in experimentation. So these things are different, and you need to understand what is the scientific and humanistic approach. Also, what is intrinsic payoff approach? So intrinsic evaluation of curricula implies that evaluator study to content, and it is sequence, organization, accuracy and learning experiences provided. So it is this. And what is formative and summative evaluation? So when I say formative evaluation, so during your class and your everyday's period, so you evaluate your student, the way they behave, the way they talk, and the way they return their assignment, the way they the way they are approaching their peers and the way they behave with you. So it is like you are evaluating and your eyes on your student all the time. So it is a formative evaluation. When I say summative evaluation, so it is in last of the semester, end of the year. So it could be written, oral examination and MCQ type examination, short type of question. So it is formal, informal, and you can take you want to take as you want. So it is a formative and summative evaluation. So you need to understand what is formative and summative. It is very easy when I say formative. So during your classes, your period, you evaluate your student and your eyes on your student all the time. And when I say summative, so it is end of semester and it is like end semester exam. It could be like a viva, your written and like MCQ exam, whatever. Like the choice is your teacher's choice. So it is like this, and you need to remember this also. So models of curriculum evaluation. So first, Tyler's objective center model. So I made that mistake that Hilda Taba, I said that it is objective center. So it is not Tyler's model is objective center model. So you need to remember, I made that mistake there. So Tyler's objective center model, so it is a basic principle of curriculum and instruction. In this book he gave all these things. And what are the advantages of Tyler's model? So it is relatively easy to understand and apply, and it is a rational and systematic. It focuses on attention on curriculum strength and weaknesses rather than being concerned solely with the performance of individual student. It also emphasizes on importance of continuing cycle assessment, analysis and improvement. And what are the disadvantages? So it does not suggest how the objective themselves should be evaluated, and it does not provide a standard or suggest how standard should be developed. And let's move further. Shrivan's goal-free model. So there is no goal, and it is like there is no goal about your curriculum. You can make your curriculum the way you want to make. So it is a goal-free model, and according to Shrivan, goal-free evaluation model is methodologically neutral, which means that is can be used or adapted for the use of various other evaluation approaches, models and method, as long as the other approaches do not mandate goal-oriented. So it is like this. And Stakes responsive model. In 1907 he created system for carrying out evaluation in education. It was then developed within the name of Stakes responsive model. In this model, the evaluator is a fully subjective partner in educational program who is really involved and interactive. So the evaluator meets with the client, staff and audiences to gain the sense of their perspectives on and interaction regarding to the evaluation. Also, evaluator draws on such a discussion on the analysis of any documentation and determine the scope of evaluation project. The evaluate implements the data collection procedures. So it is responsive model. So there your clients and your colleagues use this method, and they discuss their problems, and they share what things they feel this is useful, and what are the things they feel that we have to disconnect these things from our education. So it is like you debate on one topic, and you get to closure, and you give advices to your colleagues. So it is a responsive model. And Kirkpatrick's model. So Dr. Donald Kirkpatrick developed this model in 1950s. It is like outlined by this system and evaluation need to be start with the level 1, level 2, level 3 and level 4. So he gave this method, and what is this level. So first level is evaluation reaction model, this level. First level is evaluation reaction, second is learning, and third is the transfer, and fourth one is a result. So what do you understand by reaction? When I say reaction, so I start reacting on my things. When I say curriculum, so we made a curriculum and I started reacting on that. This is good things about this curriculum, and these are bad things about this curriculum. And what is learning? So observation by peers, instruction, strategy for assessment should be relevant to the goals and the training program. And what do you understand by transfer? So it can be carried out through the observation and interviews. Also you observe things and you want to change, and you can transfer your things with your students. So this is my advice. So I did this I use this method, and this will help you in your teaching. So it will give you those confidence. So I am giving my knowledge to other people. So it is I am transferring my knowledge to other people. And what is level 4? It is result. So I am seeing when I say result, so this you need to understand. You made a curriculum and you find results. This is good or this is bad, and we need to change things according to society, according to your learners needs. So it is like a result, and you need to understand कि भाई इसका result ये आया है, curriculum ये बनाया है, तो what is your result, and on which things you have to work, and what are the things you have to focus on that, so you can improve your curriculum. So it is like a result. And what are the advantages of Kirkpatrick's model? So it is probably the best known model for analyzing and evaluating the result of training and educational program. Also it takes into account any style of training, both formal and informal, determine aptitude based on 4 level criteria. Also it provides opportunity to learner and demonstrate learning transfer. It provides more objective feedback. It is rarely related to simple to understand. And this model provides a logical structure and a process of measuring learning. So this is about this, and let's move to the last topic of this chapter, and we finish. Okay, so approach is to curriculum change. There you want to change your curriculum, but how you can change your curriculum? So there are approaches they give us, and we have to work on that. A curriculum approach is way of dealing the curriculum, way of doing, creating, designing and thinking about the curriculum. And there are various approaches to curriculum change, namely bottom up approach, systematic and panic approach, and appreciative inquiry model. And in curriculum change, the teacher, student and educational administrator play a very important role. What do you understand by curriculum change? So Suez Orozco he suggested this definitions. Teachers should recognize the opportunity to enhance the competency relevance of their curriculum, and the curriculum planners and teacher could attempt to infuse problem based learning and critical thinking in the school curriculum. Also he suggested a student centered approach. Curriculum and pedagogy should be capable of developing high order thinking skills and other capacities. Curriculum should be developed with the process approach, and it is interdisciplinary approach should be adopted to integrated knowledge into all disciplines. And types of curriculum change. So it is like a hardware change. So in hardware, what do you understand? So it is a new classroom, books, educational equipment, overall structure. So it is hardware. And when I say software change, so in education we say methods of delivery of curriculum. So it is like substitution, alternative, reconstructing, and addition and value of addressing. So new textbook equipments, replacement of teachers and administration, alternation, yani whole syllabus and course of study, you can change it. So it is a software change. And what is addition? So you can use audio visual aids and value orientation. When I say value orientation, so it is like you have to give your student this curriculum, so there they also remember that what are our value system, and what as an Indian we value our value system. So you need to remember this also. And factors affecting curriculum change. So there are political factors, technological factors, social factors, economic factors, general factors, and approaches to curriculum change. So first is bottom up approach, grassroots approach. It is also called grassroots approach. So if you want to your student, if you want your student will become like a role model to other people, and they will give the society wants, like you will so you need to understand and you have to develop those type of curriculum to your students. So it is like when I say bottom up approach, so from grassroots, from this level, bottom level, you have to give them good knowledge and quality of education. Then only you can make your student capable of anything. So it is like a bottom up approach, grassroots approach. So there you can give your student grass level, and from level 0 to level 100 you are giving training, and you are making this type of curriculum. So it is a bottom up approach and gave more consideration to the needs of learners, and curriculum based on this approach is dynamic, emergent, rich, self-organized, open, and existentially raised by participants. Systematic and panic approach. So what do you understand by systematic? So systematic way of reviewing a curriculum involves needs assessment, planning, design, and teachers training materials, preparation, modification, and implementation, monitoring, feedback, and evaluation. Tylers offer a systematic way of developing curricula and infrastructure. And what do you understand by panic approach? So according to UNESCO, IBE is caused by situation where local and international pressures cause rapid decision made to structural planning. So you have to make decision for your curriculum made, and how you can change curriculum. So it is a panic approach and systematic approach. And appreciative inquiry model. So in appreciative inquiry model, and it was coined by David Kopider and Suresh Srivastava. According to this approach, curriculum change will come about as a result of a highly interactive process that brings people from all levels institution together from another with one another and with another, building relationship and expanding collective wisdom. So through this approach, during this curriculum design phase, academic staff identity key factors of institutional system and structure that will needed and supported to realization of their collectively generated new and revised curricula. And what is the role of teacher in curriculum change? So there is a big role and vital role of teachers to change curriculum. And what are the roles of students? So Kirkpatrick and Rugg, they talk about child center curriculum, and it is like you need to understand what is your students need. So they also give feedback to you, and you can change your curriculum. And what is the role of educational administration in curriculum change? So it is like value high standard, clarity and communication and transparency in authentic professional relationship to implement and sustain curriculum change. And what is the curriculum research? So we need to understand what is research. So in next chapter, in chapter number 6, we'll talk about this. Okay, what is research? But in this curriculum research, so when you want to change curriculum, you have to take look at the research, and you have to understand what you are going to do with this curriculum. So there you need a curriculum research. So curriculum research is a systematic attempt to gain a better understanding of all components of curriculum, and the research attempt to understand and the current state of curriculum thinking in schools and university. Also, it tries to find out that substance of education, knowledge, skills and progression, and a more important aspect in designing a quantitative curriculum. So research design based on two main core principles. First is developing a valid research model of quality of education covering the intentions, implementation and impact of the curriculum, and designing an approach that focus on the collection of first-hand evidence in quality of education. And what is the scope of research? So when we want to change curriculum, so you need to take a look in research, and if you want to change anything, you have to take research. So what do you understand by research? So it is like you have to think about new ideas, but before this new ideas, you have to you have to go back, and you have to look those people who gave these theories and everything. So there you need a research. So types of research in curriculum studies. Experimental research. So when I say experimental research, so in experimental research they experiment and they start making this curriculum on basis of experiment. So it is like experimental research. And when I say fundamental research, so it is a pure research, and its purpose is to develop theories by discovering broad generalization and principles. So it is a fundamental research, and under fundamental research the problems are identified first, and then it is analyzed, and according to the problem are resolved. And what is action research? When you work with your students, so you have to quickly you have to find out the solution of problem. So there you need action research. In 1940 Kurt Lewin initiated this action research in education. And action research is assumption and nature of researcher and knowledge itself. We'll talk more about this in next chapter. And what are the objective of action research? To improve and practice is ongoing in schools, and to make teachers and educational administrator research minded, and to make the environment of school more conducive for effective teaching and learning. And such conferences, questionnaire surveys, and when I say questionnaire surveys, so when we give questionnaire that you have to tick, and you have to mark on this thing. So it is like I put some question about how you can change curriculum, and what are the ways we can use this to change curriculum. So it is I give this questionnaire to those people, and they will involve in this thing. So it is a questionnaire survey. So it is it about this curriculum And I just want to tell you that when I say curriculum, you need to understand that those approaches they use to change curriculum, so you need to focus on that also. And also you need to understand what are the things. Okay, so it is curriculum studies and curriculum and its principles. We talk about this and models of curriculum design, curriculum instruction and approaches to curriculum change. So in next live session we talk about research in education. So be ready for that live session. And I know it's a Sunday and we have to be like okay, I'm having fun on Sundays and I don't study on Sundays, but you and I don't have any option, so we have to study. And yeah, study hard, study smart. And bye everyone, thank you so much. And right now I am ending this session, so thank you so much. Bye everyone.